Coach on the Couch brought to you by Midstate Technical College. Visit mstc.edu to enroll today. All right, we start Coach on the Couch with Marshfield Tigers boys basketball coach Chris Fisher, starting year number 5. I don't know where the time went. It went really fast for me. I don't know about for you, but I think back to that first year. There was a lot of struggle that first season that you had. Inside things we couldn't control in the outside world were all happening. Marshfield still pressure defense, 3 seconds. And our final score here today, Spash takes the conference win 60-43.
Once we started to throw it to our teammates, we found some attack opportunities.
4 seconds left. Here's Fravert, three-pointer. That one off to the left, and that'll do it. As the Tigers come up short here tonight.
We weren't very good tonight.
Rorty, somebody's got to get a shot off. Rorty with the shot, back iron, no. Rebound, Rorty put back. Clock Runs out on the Tigers.
Clock runs out on the Tigers.
It equaled 2 wins. Those wins came in essentially the first third of the season, and then the season ended later on. Didn't go the way a lot of folks wanted it to, but what did you learn in that year that you think you were able to carry over into the subsequent years?
Pull up for 3. Good if it goes. Air ball. That's it.
And Marshfield will...
Conference champions outright.
All right. I'm glad you reminded me of that. Let's, look at that. We got a little thing for that.
And the Tigers are going to come out of here with a 10-point win and a conference title.
As Fries dribbles around in front court. Clock down to 5 seconds left. And the Marshfield Tigers will clinch their 3rd consecutive Wisconsin Valley Conference Boys Basketball Championship.
I think about that year often. I think about the 5 seniors we had that year. Sam Rorty, Wyatt Lemoyne, Jack Nordbeck, Will Nicolai, and Matt Donovan. We did a lot of really good things that year in terms of our effort and setting the standard of what we're continuing or trying to continue right now. There was a lot of close games in that year, 10, 11 games that we lost where we had a lead in the second half. I've thought a lot about what our preparation was for that year, and I think we focused too much on our opponents that year. Like me, myself, spending too much energy and focus on the opponent's scouting report and not enough time on what we were doing. Taught me a lot in that regard. We had a stretch there at the end of the year and into the next year where we had lost 16 games in a row, so we kind of sharpened our teeth a little bit and got our edge a little bit. A lot of good things about that year. I wish we could go back and do some things over because those seniors deserve better. But, we're focusing a lot more on our process and our standards and making sure we're right before we step onto the floor.
How has your practice philosophy changed over the 4 and a couple weeks now into this fifth season?
Yeah, it's along that vein. It's spending a lot of time improving and being absolutely obsessed with our growth and improvement, focusing on our fundamentals, focusing on our standards, focusing on how we act, react, and respond to certain situations. So if anything that year taught me anything, it's to focus on yourself.
You and I have had some talks, and sometimes it's been me on the broadcast end talking about it, but points scored. And you've been able, in 4 years now, your teams have been able to win games upper 40s, lower 50s. You've been able to obviously win games in the 80s. Where are you comfortable now?
We're comfortable playing anyway. We take pride in that. There's a couple games last year that you referred to, the 80s game against Brookfield Central, where they had a particular player and a particular offense, really talented. It was really difficult to guard, trying multiple things. The sectional playoff game against Kaukauna, where the first half's in the 40s and ends up being in the 70s. But then on the flip side of that, we play a game at Everest that's in the 40s, 46-42, where Everest kind of took the air out of the ball, and we had to defend for 45 seconds to a minute. We're comfortable in doing all of those things. I think everybody would enjoy the up-tempo, high-flying, high-scoring, 7 seconds or less possessions. Everybody would love to see that. But a lot of times in basketball, that's not feasible. When you have 4 or 5 empty, quick possessions in a row, you're going to have to take your time in the next one, 30, 35, 40 seconds to make sure you get a good one. We're comfortable playing anyway.
Let's talk about last year, because it's going to lead into this year, it looks like. Momentum has been building. I mentioned the 2 wins in the 2020-21 season, a sectional final last year, game at Wausau East, an up-and-coming Lumberjack squad, and essentially a buzzer beater for you guys there. Where did that game take your team as the season went on from there?
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about that as a stepping stone, but maybe it actually was. Brooks hitting that shot there certainly was a big win for us on the road. Shortly after that, we kind of dumped one at Eau Claire North in a really competitive game on the road. I don't think there's any one moment in last year that really kind of stands out as a stepping stone for us. It's all kind of you group it all together as your process. You group it all together as growth. We're proud of what we've accomplished and the success we're having both on and off the court. We're trying to keep those strong, keep the standards and our culture strong in our program. We're trying to improve every day. Last year was a very, very special year for us, unprecedented in school history. We're proud of it. We're looking to see if we can take it a step further now.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because, again, in year 1, the 2 wins. End of year 4, a sectional final, so there's an ascent that's happening in your program. I can imply where it goes next with that ascent, but where does it go next here in this season?
Yeah, we've certainly talked about what our goals are this year coming in, and we're going to keep those goals within our program. Our guys know what they are. But we can't achieve those goals right now. We have to make sure that we maintain our focus of daily improvement and daily growth. Every practice and every day is a new day. No matter what happened the day before it, let's have a fresh start. Let's learn from the past, but live in the moment. And that's really can be our biggest opponent this year is going to be ourselves. If we get too far looking ahead, if we're trying to skip steps along the way, we could get ourselves into trouble, and that's really tough. The success we had last year, with a lot of guys coming back, everybody wants to get to that point immediately. So we're going to have to do our best to make sure that we live in the moment. That's going to be a big challenge for us.
Talked about year 1 seniors, now year 5, you've got 8. You can mention them by name if you want to, but tell us, what do you want out of that group? What should they be doing this year?
I love our 8 seniors because they know exactly who they are. It's been a multi-year process with this particular group. They've been playing together since they've been in 3rd and 4th grade. They've stuck together. They've been in their roles now for 8 years or whatever it's been. With our 2 captains, Brooks Hinson and Landon Lee, those guys set the tone for everything we do, both vocally and non-vocal. They are leaders by every definition of the word. They're exactly who we want in terms of our student athletes. Tireless workers on their game. I think most people, they just see the product that's on the floor. I can appreciate how much work they put in outside of just even our practices. They go to the YMCA, they go to their home gyms, wherever it may be, they're always working on their game. So those 2 guys set the tone for us. The guys around them, J.J. Steinbach, Ethan Connect, Afton Hamill, Joey Ketterer, Jack Sternitsky, Magnus Mockton. Those guys are really solid in their roles. They understand that their value isn't going to show up in a box score. Their value is not going to show up on any type of stat sheet. Their value that they bring to their team is so much more than that. And I'm really, really fortunate to have this group of seniors this year because they're special.
The group is your first graduating class, as it turns out. One way or the other, the season will end in March. How will you cherish your time with them during the season as kind of that first group?
Yeah, it's I don't know if I have the answer to that right now. I do have to make sure that I try to enjoy it. It's looking back the last 4 years, there have been a lot of special moments, and I've tried to enjoy them along the way. I know in post-game press conferences with you and talks, the one thing I try to say is we're going to make sure we enjoy it. Because at some point this is going to be over, no matter when it happens. I don't know how I'm going to do that because it's really tough as a coach because you're always thinking about what's next. What do we have to do next? When's the next practice? When's the next game? Scouting report. Can I get film on these guys? That's what the mindset of a coach is. And I'm going to have to trick myself into enjoying these moments along the way because we're going to have some pretty special opportunities this winter. I'm going to do my best to try to enjoy it.
The season is 5 calendar months, so it seems like a long time. You and I both know, though, that it goes fast at times too. So yeah, you'll find those moments, no doubt about that. Of the seniors, you've got one that everybody's got their eyes on this year, and have maybe for some time, especially at the college ranks. He's Brooks Hinson. He's got his college letter of intent under his belt now, so time to focus on basketball. What are you hoping out for Brooks this year?
I hope that he can enjoy and find some peace and serenity on the court. He works tirelessly at his game. He's always working on some way to improve his game. I think if you've watched this closely the last 4 years, you've seen it. As a freshman, he was pretty much a knockdown shooter and a primary ball handler. As he has gotten older and matured, he's taken on a leadership role on the defensive side, guarding the opponent's best player. He's worked on his game back to the basket. He's worked on his game attacking. He's worked on his footwork. He can dominate a game without scoring. There's so many things he does for us in terms of distributing, communication, screen setting, out of bounds play setup, getting his team organized. There's so much that he does for us. I'm been so fortunate to be able to coach him these last 4 years, and it's sad to think that our time is coming to an end. We've only got 5 months ready to go, but I'm going to make sure I enjoy it.
Now that football season is done, I can say this because now Coach Gadel maybe doesn't have any sway anymore. Brooks was one of the top football players on the team this year, scored defensive touchdowns and offensive touchdowns. I happen to know he was at the YMCA shooting hoops during the football season. So, and others, Landon was there during soccer and all those kind of things. So, what does that say about your guys, though, that they're able to continue their craft during the other seasons and still perform well during those other seasons?
They're passionate about their sport. They're passionate about their skill set. They're continuously looking to find ways to improve and hone their skills. It's something that we want in our athletes to continue to do, but we do understand that certain individuals have their favorite sports. If you're a multi-sport athlete, certain things take precedent. We're fortunate enough to have guys like Brooks and Landon. They play other sports and are very and highly skilled at it, but their favorite sport is the game of basketball, so they're going to put some more time and effort into that. We're fortunate enough to have that in our program. One of the reasons we've had that success is because they're working at their game year-round. It's going to be an exciting year.
Season starts on Tuesday. Game. We're here on Wednesday. We've got Thanksgiving tomorrow. What's left to work on before you guys have that first whistle blow on Tuesday?
Everything. Everything. It's still a new team. Even though we've got 10 guys back that were on our varsity roster last year, you're still introducing 4 to 5 new guys, and you've got to integrate them well. Guys have added things to their game. So you've got to maybe define some new roles. You've got some bumps and bruises every now and then where a guy has to sit out a session of practice, so now the roles change a little bit. We have to work on everything. Usually, just like in the game of football, usually what's maybe ahead on first is the defensive side of the ball. So I think we're a little bit ahead of ourselves defensively than offensively. Mm-hmm. Offensively, it just takes time for rhythm, timing, spacing, when to attack, when not to attack. So we're working on all of those things collectively, but we've got a lot to work on before we take the floor on Tuesday night.
And lastly, you were undefeated in conference last year, so obvious conference champions. Targets on your back. How do you defend it?
Well, I understand the term defending. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it because it has the tone, if you're defending something, you could lose it. Right? So we can't lose the conference championship we won. That's done. People have mentioned big target on our back. We don't want the target to be on our back. We want to turn around and face our opponent and be the attacker. So we're going to attack every game that we've got, just like we have done in the last few years. So we don't want to be running away from people and people chasing our backs. We're going to turn around, and we want to be the attacker this year. So that's the mentality we're going to have.
Marshfield Tigers boys basketball coach Chris Fisher, good luck this year.
Thanks, Jason. Roll Tigers.
Brooks Hinson, super freshman for the Tigers. We actually call him Freshman. Say a problem, an alert kick out, Fry's three. That one's short. Freshman rebound putback is good. Brooks Hinson. Here with our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Brooks Hinson. Brooks, freshman. A lot of achievements as a freshman in the starting lineup. Moments all season long. A buzzer beater. Conference champions now. I mean, what an experience. Tell us about your freshman year so far.
It's awesome. I love playing with all the guys. Chase, get to play with my senior brother. It's awesome. The chemistry between all of us is just, it's awesome. I'm Brooks Hinson, and I'm in the house.
Chatting today with Marshfield Tigers senior Brooks Hinson. Freshman year, you were freshman. Now senior year, you're the man. Tell us about that transition and what it's been like now entering your fourth year of playing basketball here.
Yeah, freshman year, great group of guys. They just invited me, welcomed me. It's not easy to have a freshman start on your team, and like growing up, I bet all of them wanted to play together, but they welcomed me, and I kind of just played my role. I was a three-point shooter. I defended. I brought the ball up, and yeah, it was brothers on that team. Chase, yeah, it was a great year.
How was that playing with your brother? Was he able to help you and help maybe if there were going to be any barriers? Was he there to help soothe those over?
Yeah, he was definitely a massive help. Playing with him was awesome. Working out with him every day growing up working out with him every day and just pushing each other and then getting to play together is special.
So Alec, Sam, Chase, Brooks. Today, who wins a game of 21 in the driveway today?
It's got to be me.
You?
It's got to be me, yeah.
Okay. When do you think that happened? How old were you when that became, when you were the man at home?
Freshman or sophomore year, I think. I think we played one-on-ones a lot in the driveway, and Alec used to take us all the time. Then Sam had his little run at it, and then Chase a little bit, and then I think sophomore, freshman year, I think I got it.
You're the tallest of the brothers. Taller's not always better, but how do you think that worked out? I mean, who do you have to thank for being the tallest?
My grandpa, who just passed away, is like 6'4", and I think he's the tallest in my family, actually. Then my dad's like 6 foot, my mom's 5'7", so my grandpa kind of.
Okay, thanks, Grandpa. Yeah, for that. And you're not the tallest on your team, so let's talk about the rest of your teammates. You got some bigs, but in the motion style offense that Coach Fisher has you guys run, everybody plays every position. Tell us about the team this year and the group that you're surrounded with.
Yeah, it's a great group of dudes. We got bigs, we got guards, we got people can play every position. Our bigs can run the court, our guards can play big, and I think we got a lot of special things going, but we got a lot of work to do.
And then you got 7 others that are going to graduate in May that are on this basketball team right here. What do you guys talk about, about this season? What do you want out of it as a group together?
Obviously, our goal is to go to state as our team goal, but I think we'll be satisfied not satisfied, but we'll be happy if we have a great year and we just compete in practice and get each other better and have a fun year.
Yeah, you've known these guys for a long time. The memories you get to make now, for some of you, will last forever, right? So, as a senior year, and I know the season hasn't started yet, but it's kind of every day is kind of a last day of something. Your senior year. So, the bus rides and those kind of things. What do you want to do with your friends? I mean, what's the goal as far as that kind of part of the season is concerned?
Yeah, I want to enjoy it. I want to make memories that are going to last forever, and I want to help them make memories that are going to last forever for them as well. And yeah, I think if we just have fun, bus rides, get some music playing, joke around a little bit, I think it'll be a fun year.
When you get on the bus, who's the guy that you rely on for the music?
It changes. Yeah, depends on the day, kind of. Yeah. If it's country music, they go to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's rap or anything else, I'm not the guy for that.
What, like today, you're going to get in your car. What country artist is coming on?
Ooh, it's tough to argue with Zach Bryan. Luke Combs is a good one. Morgan Wallen. I think that's pretty basic, but they're good.
Some people would, but some people would enjoy it, right? At the same time, a dance-off. Who on the team's most likely to win a dance-off?
I'm gonna go with Valen on this one. He's a jokester. Oh man, he's homecoming. You should have seen him. He was moving, and it was crazy.
Yeah. Who's most likely to be the next president out of the group you have?
Ethan Connect. Yeah, he's serious, very serious at times, and I think he could be a good politician.
Who's the best cook, do you think?
Landon.
Why?
I don't know. I think he's been cooking for a while, and I think every time I go to his house, he makes me buffalo chicken dip, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
Who's winning Call of Duty?
Ooh, I want to say myself, but I know that's not true. I'll go with Joey Ketterer.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
he's a gamer.
Yeah, good. All right. We'll keep that in mind. Most likely to cheat on the girlfriend?
Ooh, Afton Hamill. Afton Hamill.
He's a player.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was talking to Coach before, and he remarked, a couple of times, number of times, I saw you and Landon at the gym, during other seasons, still being really good at that season you were in, but getting ready for this one. What, just tell me about basketball. Why basketball for you?
It's just been a thing that kind of stuck with me. My brothers all played it. I've just growing up, going to their tournaments, seeing them play, I think just stuck with me. And I think his dad put that in him. And I think we've just been buddies ever since we've met each other. I think we have the love for the game, and I think we both work really hard at it.
You and I talked before the cameras came on about free throws. Mom or dad from the free throw line, who you going to? Technical foul, you need a shot at the end of the game. Who steps to the line?
My dad.
Really?
My dad's a good free throw shooter.
Okay.
The first time I ever beat him was like this year. He's 24 for 25. He's consistent with it.
And on the basketball floor, Mom is good at what?
My mom was a really good high school player too. She averaged, like in high school in Iowa, it was like 6-on-6, so it was like 3-on-3 in the half court. And she would put up like 40 a game. She showed me like an old newspaper, and it was pretty crazy.
Iowa women's basketball, it's a thing, right? People have found that out recently too. All right, last thing about the season, we've got first game coming up in a couple of days. What are you expecting these first couple of games? How do you guys need to kind of come out of the chute and get things going?
We got to have good energy. We got to play fast but take good shots. I think in our scrimmage that we had, I think we didn't have the best shot selection. And I think we just got to clean that up a little bit. We got to screen better. We got to trust each other. I think we've been competing really well in practice, so I think we'll compete hard every game. I don't think we have to worry about that. And I think we just make shots and get streaky.
Like I said at the beginning, from freshman to the man, we're really looking forward to the season. Best of luck this year, bro.
Thank you.
All right, that's good. I was going to ask you something. Do you want to do a Gracie question?
Sure.
Is that appropriate? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get involved in anything. Okay, so during the fall, because football is on Friday nights, not many volleyball games on Friday nights, so you're able to kind of split your time and show up in some volleyball games somewhere. Yeah. But basketball now is totally different. Games are scattered all over. So how will you manage cheering on the Columbus girls basketball team during this basketball season?
It's going to be tough. I know we have a lot of games. We've matched our calendars together. I'll definitely try to get over there for a couple games. I think she's going to try to get over here for a couple games. I think we're just going to try to support each other, tune in when we can, and yeah.
Is it possible, if you're getting a quick breather on the bench, to grab your phone and check the score? Is that possible?
I think Coach Fisher will be pretty mad at that one.
Maybe on a bus ride home, you could rewind her game and watch for a little while. Because you want to be able to sound smart to her about what happened, right?
For sure.
I mean, does that get you some points?
I think it will, yeah.
Yeah.
It has before, so.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. I think we're good there. I don't want to get too crazy about it. Yeah. Hopefully you're together forever, right? But if you're not, then this becomes kind of awkward later on in life. So, all right, man. Good luck this year, okay?
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you on Tuesday.